Hey there, my name is David. I'm going to be showing you in this presentation all information I'm going to be talking about is an example. Every slide that I show you, it's going to be quite a few slides, but I'm going to now put it up front that this is an example. My name is David. You can see my information on the screen. You can see how to contact me on the screen, and this is to show you in an example setting as to how you are going to actually do the same thing. All you need to do is just pay attention to what we're talking about, and above all, get an understanding of what we're talking about. We use any amount that you want to use, but use an average of 3% for 5 years and add $100 a month to the process. This is just an example now. You may not want to do that. You may want to use more. You may want to use less. I want you to know that this is all about Novatech, and we're going to introduce you to Novatech and to show you how to open up a PAM account. It is really about a PAM account, but I'm showing you how Novatech uses the PAM account in order to do everything that we're doing. Today is Saturday. I got paid today. I got paid yesterday too, working through Novatech. Novatech is a phenomenon that we're going to introduce you to in this process that uses the PAM account. The PAM account is what we're going to be talking about in all of the examples that we're going to be talking about in this presentation. PAMM stands for Percentage Allocation Management Module. Percentage Allocation Management Module. We're going to show you step by step how to use the process. We're starting with $50,000, and that's just an example now because we're talking about a retirement account, and I've been in business for myself now, and I am president and CEO of the Diamond Review since 1984. Prior to that time, what I mean by 1984, I incorporated in 1984 and started my information. It was issued an EIN number, and that's what this is all about. And I'm now the president and CEO of the Diamond Review, who is an associate of Novatech. And we're using this process to show you using a retirement in this example here of $50,000 and then putting in $50 a month in the calculator site to determine how much money you would have in 5 years. Okay, it's just an example. If I were to take $50,000 out of my retirement account and add $50 a month for the next 5 years, it would give you an indication of how much I'll have. You'll do that math. You go to the calculator site. When you go to the calculator site, hover your mouse over finance and go down to Forex compounding calculator. Forex compounding calculator. Now the calculator site has many different kinds of calculators, at least 30, well 20, 30, 40 different kinds of calculators to give you a results of whatever it is you're choosing with regards to what's on the calculator site. But to roll over 401k to gold. Now this is what this is all about, and we're going to be talking about. I'm an accountant now. I've been in the field of accounting since 1963 when I started the college, and I graduated from college in 1968 with a major in business administration and accounting. I have a couple of master's degrees, worked on a couple of master's degrees at a couple of colleges in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area. I set for the CPA exam back in the 1980s. That's enough about me. My name is David. You're going to see my face at the end of this presentation, and it's going to show you how you can get in touch with all the information. I have a book called Book of David. You'll see that information at the end. But that's enough of that. Above all getting in this process of these examples, I want you to get an understanding. And please, please read over our legal disclaimer. We're going to show you the disclaimer in a few minutes. I'm going to read it from it, and I want you to make sure you understand the legal disclaimer that we're going to be presenting. How to enroll into Novatech, I got that there. You see the Novatech was how you're going to relax in your vacation. I mean simply relax in your retirement. I mean relax in your retirement, because what this is to show you how to enhance what you have in your retirement at the present time, regardless to whether you started 2 years ago or 22 years or 52 years ago. It doesn't really matter. You will now have a retirement account started, and you may be retired. I don't know. This is just an example to show you how to roll your 401k IRA or any kind of a retirement account into relaxation. Okay, why should you consider opening your own 100% free PAM account and build wealth? That's what you can do with the PAM account. Percentage Allocation Management Module. Get an understanding of the Percentage Allocation Management Module process, and then you will have an example that you will benefit from years to come. See the 401k guidance in the United States Code, Title 26, the Internal Revenue Law, to show you how the rollover process works. And I'm going to try to give you information in detailed information taken directly from the title to the United States Code itself to give you some information. I'm going to move on. I'm going to spend a lot of time on this. Now, look, we're talking about two different kind of monies here. In this, everything is an example now. Remember, fiat money and what it is and how it works, an example of pros and cons about it. But make sure you do your own due diligence and all these examples. Okay, do your own due diligence and research your own information about every subject matter that we're going to be talking about in this presentation. I'm not going to spend a lot of time. All you need to do now is stop this presentation. This is a presentation law, and it's going to put it into a video form. And all you need to do is just click on the video anytime you choose to do so, and it will give you information where you can study it for yourself and understanding and doing your own research. Okay, so make sure you do that. Now moving on. But I don't spend a lot of time. Here is an example of we told you about 50,000, but we're going to start using a retirement enhancement of say 15,000. One time out of pocket we give an example of fiat. Now you're going to take the fiat, one time out of pocket, 15,000. This is an example one. We're going to give 4 different examples. 15, we're starting with 15 and giving an average of 3% per week, 3% a week. That's daily, that's 7 days a week. 3%, 7 days a week, and that's going to give you, we're going to have a period of 5 years. You see all the arrows we're pointing to it for 5 years. We're going to add $100 a month. Therefore, then, when you look at the example, you're showing $1,200. You see the $1,200 in the first year, second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year. Well, if you put in $100 a month, that's $1,200 a year, or $200 a month. And at the end of the 5-year period, you see how much your account would have in it. In your PAM account, this is a PAM now. We're going to check it here. This is yes. Your PAM account would have what you see, the balance that you see all the way on the right side column. In 5 years, that's what you have. Well, look at the first year. I'd have an arrow there to show you the first year, putting in the $1,200 per year, $100 a month. You would have put in the $1,200 in addition to what the 15,000 would have accumulated or compounded into. We're using 2 terms in all these examples: accumulate and compound. It means the same. It means the same. And we'll also use another term, which is crypto. Look into the Webster Dictionary and look up the term crypto, and you see what we have in red. It means to hide. Crypto means defined to hide, and secretly and not publicly. That's the definition. And the calculator site, those are different kinds of calculators, and we're using the Forex. Forex stands for foreign exchange. That's Forex. That's Forex. Compounding is another term that we're using to get the examples that we're using here. Okay, so $100 per month, and starting out with one time out of pocket balance of 15,000, you can see what you'd have. But now in the first year, this is the first year, you see it under the far left column, 0. That's the first year. That's when you make the deposit. The first year you would have accumulated, deposited, that is, $16,200. That 15 plus the 12 is 16,000. So your 15,000 that you started with, you get that back at the end of the first year that you started. So if you started in November, today is November 27th. So if you were to start today, November 27th for 2023, you would have $16,200 in your account. They'll 15,000 back. So you could actually then take your 15,000 out and roll it back into the account that you took it from. So what we're talking about now is you rolling a 1035 rollover. We're going to be talking about this for a minute to show you what we're talking about at the IRS code that we took from the IRS code to show you how to roll the money over. That's what we're talking about. But now, when we get to that point, we'll show that. But here we're just showing you what the example would be using the calculator site to show you how to do all this. To get started, you're going to see all this information duplicated over and over and over again, because what we want you to do is get an understanding of what we're talking about. And at the same time, we want you to consider enrolling and starting your own Novatech PAM account. You enroll into Novatech, and Novatech uses the PAM account, and what you see all these examples here is exercising the PAM account and making the projections and the breakdown of those projections using the calculator site and the PAM account in order to get the projections that we're showing. Okay, so you see at the bottom, we'll leave the calculator there so you can see. You put in the 15,000 one time, you show the 3% average one time, you show the 5 years one time, and you show the $100 additional money on a monthly basis and hit calculate. So when you go to the calculator site, you're going to see the exact same thing that you see here. You're going to see a duplicate of what you see here. Always doing is showing you the calculator site. Okay, so we're moving on with this. Now let's go here. Here is what we're talking about, is to show you how to set up a wallet. Your crypto wallet is what we're talking about here, and you're going to be able to log into your crypto wallet. And the information you see on the left picture is to show you how your weekly accumulation of money, or your weekly compounding of dollars. And we're going to have a pictorial to show you how the two terms compounding and accumulate are really the same term. But on a weekly basis, you under the PAM account, you can actually redeposit your money into your account without touching it, because you're going to now have the opportunity. You see this auto transfer setting, when you can set your account to automatically put back in what it has compounded this week, on regardless of what you start with. If you started at $100, the minimum amount you can start with, or if you started at $100 million, it's going to compound on a daily basis, 7 days a week. And at the end of the term, the 7-day process, it's going to automatically add to what it has gained that week onto what your balance is. So that's how you get the accumulation process that we're going to explain now. And on the picture on the left, it'll show you about the e-wallet. When you go into your e-wallet, you can do an automatic transfer options. So we're showing you the two pictures to show you how your wallet address is updated on a weekly basis automatically, should you choose to do so. You don't have to do it. You can do it manually, which only takes about 2 minutes, or at least I'd say about 15 to 45 seconds to do it. 45 seconds to do it. Don't take a minute for you to upgrade your own wallet, but you can do it automatically. You can set your system to automatically do it while you're on the beach. And when you get earned the compounding amount, or the accumulated amount, it's going to automatically add it, or you can physically add it. Okay, moving on. Here, these are information taken from the IRS, or the Internal Revenue Code, referencing the 1035 exchange and or rollover or transfer form. This is information in the IRS code for those persons if you're retired, and you have a 401k, and you're not retired. If you have a 401k and just have a 401k annuity, you can roll that annuity into another annuity. You take it from point, let's call let's call one annuity A. You take it from the A annuity, which could be a rollover, an IRA, and you roll it over into another annuity. It's called a 1035 rollover. All this information is on the IRS website, irs.gov. Type into the search engine 1035 rollover and get all your due diligence on the 1035 rollover. And then you're going to roll the retirement monies, whatever amount you're going to roll out, into your PAM account. And your PAM account is going to give you an average earning per day of 3% with Novatech. Novatech started in 2021, and they have never missed paying the persons who have enrolled into Novatech. They have never missed paying in 3.5 year period. Now over 3.5 years, because we're now at probably the beginning of 2023. But from 2021 up to from 2019 up to where we are today in 2022, Novatech has never missed paying their associates and affiliates every Friday and every Saturday. That's why I'm talking too fast and I'm moving too fast. This is a 1035 exchange and or transfer of funds from even a life insurance company. You can do that from your life insurance policy. Do your own due diligence, and I'm telling you exactly, I'm showing you where the information is. It's in the Internal Revenue IRS code, which is Title 26. Go into the Google, type in the Google search engine, Title 26, and put in 1035, and you're going to get the same information you see here, which is taken directly from the IRS information. And it's what is a 1035 rollover? See down here, search for a 1035 rollover. It'll explain what a 1035 rollover, just in case you have not saw it before. Now, income tax is one of my specialties since 1968. So for 54 years, I've been involved with the income tax. But from 1968 up through 1984, I was an employee here and there and doing other things. I was an employee for a short time, and then I was not an employee and tried to do other things after I was not an employee. That's another story for another day. Now let's move on. He's now continuing in the 1035 exchange rollover information. Your name, John Hancock, you're going to go through that information. A 1035 rollover transfer form, you get that information. All these data are coming directly from the 1035 rollover information on the IRS website. Okay, here. Now, we're back to another example, too. Now we're using 20,000. Remember a while ago we're using 15,000. Now we're using the 20,000. So that nothing has changed with except the amount. Each time I show you how to have your retirement account enhanced, is to show you the same information over and over again using a different starting balance. All I'm doing is changing the starting balance. I started with 15, and you can go back through that and look at what I had on the 15 if you didn't take note of it, and use what I'm doing. One time, $20,000. One time, roll $20,000 one time out of your retirement account, your annuity, and use it for 1 year. And in 1 year, you can roll it right back in because it's going to double itself in that period of time. Look here, we're starting with 20,000. Example, 20,000 the first year, we got $21,200. So we got $2,100 over and above the 20,000 that we rolled over. So we actually could roll it back into the account should we choose to do so. But you do have a period of time, and you get that information and understanding from the 1035 rollover process that we've already shown you, and we're going to show you more. But everything else stays the same. Nothing else changes on these, all these data, all these slides. Just everything stays the same, with the exception of you are adding the starting balance different. We started at the 15, we go up to 20, and we're going on up to I think 35,000 to show you how much you would have accumulated, or how much you would have compounded in the process of time of 5 years. Starting with nothing else changing on an average of 3%, because Novatech average about 3% a week in their calculations of trading. They're a trading company. Novatech is a trading company. I'm going to show you that in a few minutes when we get to the disclaimer. Talk about it in detail. Novatech is an advisory trading company. An advisory trading company. They're located in the United States of America. I didn't tell you that first, but we're located in the United States, based in the United States, but they trade all over the world. It's a global company, and all the depositors in Novatech's PAM account are from all over the world. So they trade over the world every day, and they pay an average of 3%. Some days it's 4%, some days it's 1.5%, some days it's 2.5%, some days it's 3.5%, 3.4%. So the percentages change, but on a yearly average, it averages 3% per day, per week. That's what we're talking about, and get that understanding. And that's using the PAM account. All this is information about the PAM account. You can see everything here is referencing the PAM account. In a few minutes, I'm going to show you some detailed information about the PAM account. This is step 2. And each step, we're given 4 steps. And each example, step 2, is about fiat. And we can take the fiat and converting it to crypto. In the term crypto, we're leaving it all the same. Nothing is changing with the exception of the starting balance. Okay, now let's go further at these different information here. We still right back to the 1035 trading cost. So what this is really about is those persons who have retired or want to retire are working on a retirement. So if you started work 2-3 years ago or this year, and your company that you started with, the government agencies or whoever you started working, you started a retirement process. And one of these days you're going to be able to take some of that money, roll it out, 1035 rollover, not a withdrawal. Now, if you carried out a withdrawal, for you to carry from point B, A to point B is a carryover. A carryover is taxed. A rollover is taxed also if you let it stay over a period of time. So you do your own due diligence now. A rollover is not taxed in the first year. So if you get to the point that you are not going to do what we are recommending in this process, then roll the money back into the account that it rolled out of. You can do that. Take it from point B and put it back in point A, and you still not have paying the tax on it. But it's not against the regulations for you to take it out and pay tax. you can still pay the tax on it, and you can leave it saying into the account that you roll it into if you want to take the proceeds from your compounding PAM account and pay the tax. It's all up to you. It's all decided for you. This information here is just to show you how to get the information. Now look down at the bottom with the Google search. All this is about a Google search. I want you to see that. And look how many pages there are in Google search explaining the 1035 rollover. So your own due diligence is right here. All you need to do is just take advantage of it, because when you go to the Google and Google search, just type in the information that we've already shown you, 1035 rollover exchange, you're going to get the information in the Google. And all you got to do is just do it for yourself. See it for yourself. It's right here in black and white. Now look, here's another example. Step 3. Step 3 starting with 25,000. I told you so. Each only thing that's changing now would be the amount of the balance starting, right? The starting balance. So you can do this. Just go to the calculator site and click on in the calculator site Forex compounding and do the same thing. It's going to look exactly like you see. Everything's going to be the same, with the exception you won't have the example up above there, and you won't have the calculator site. The money is my plan B. That's how to enroll into Novatech. You enroll into Novatech in this process and doing it that way. Okay, now moving on to show you step 3. This is step 3 of the whole process, and we're going to do now to step 4. This is moving on through until we get to step 4. Now here we are. We're showing you the 1035 form. This is an actual 1035 rollover exchange transfer form. This is coming from the Internal Revenue's website. You go to Internal Revenue and type into the search engine 1035 form, and that's what you're going to get when you go to Internal Revenue. The other information I showed you about the 1035 rollover, that was giving you information from Google, showing you in detail about it, and also you can get the same information on the website. But it's faster by going to Google, because on the website, just follow these instructions. These are page 1 of 4 pages. I put little red arrows there going up and down to show you that this information is coming directly from, and I put the URL there so you can see where the information is coming from. Okay, so it's all just like this company operates in all integrity. It is it's a fascinating operation to be enrolled into a company with high levels of integrity. I'm just going to show you, and I'm going to show you in detail in a few minutes what I'm talking about. Look at here. This is a example 4, 30,000. Nothing changes except the starting balance. That's the only thing that changes, the starting balance. Stop this information, study it for yourself, then go to the calculator site and do your own work, do your own due diligence on the calculator site. The only thing that's going to change or changing in this presentation is the amount of starting balance. When I change the starting balance from starting at 15, now we're up to 30,000, average of 3 years, 5 years period that we're talking about, adding $100 per month for the first year. That's $1,200 a year. And look what your ending balance at the end of 5 years would be. Look at what it would be at the end of the first year. Look what it would be at the end of the second year. Look what it would be at the end of the third year. So you don't have to go on. You see how much your retirement enhancement has happened? Look at the enhancement of your retirement. You still got the retirement balance that you have. If you got more than 15,000 in it, you still put money into your retirement because you're still working. You're still working. I don't know, you may not be with this balance, but you still are having a retirement enhancement. That's what we're talking about. And relaxing at the same time, because all we're doing is just rolling money from your retirement account A over to retirement account B and enhancing what you have in A. And A is what the B is what the results of what you see here. Money is my plan B. And all we're doing is taking that's how you enroll into Novatech, but we're using money as your plan B. And your plan B here, look at the end of the 5 years, if you have $30,000 and you take $30,000 out of your retirement account and to put it over into your own PAM account, you'd have $47 million available. That's what we're saying, using this information. Now remember, nothing is guaranteed. I want to say that, and we're going to read the disclaimer in just a few minutes to show you what we're talking about, and only using example. This is example 4, which is the last example. We started at 15, we went to 20, we went to 25, now 30. That's 4 steps. That's all we're showing you in this example. And if you want to do more, do less. It's up to you. Start with 5,000. Start with 500. Start with 100. It's up to you. Regardless of whatever figure you use, it's going to be you doing it. But all we're talking about here is to show a person that's retired. And some people are retired on Social Security. Some people are retired on different kind of retirement accounts. Some people don't have 401ks. Some people got 401ks and different kinds of annuities that they're retired on. Life insurance policies. It's all up to you. But I just want to show you here what Novatech and the PAM account is offering. And Novatech operates under the PAM account, Percentage Allocation Management Module. That's how we operate with Novatech, and it's integrity that we base our operations on. 100% integrity. Again, here is an example for page 3 or 4 of the 1035 rollover information. This is I showed you a while ago. It's page 1 of 4, 3 or 4, 2 or 4. Now it's page 3 or 4, and then on the one on the right is 4 or 4. I'm not going to spend a lot of details on it because you can see it for yourself now. Past performance is not indicative to the future earnings. The use of Novatech Ltd. Information, products, and services should be based on your own due diligence, and you agree that Novatech is not liable for any success or failure of your business that is directly or indirectly related to the purchase and use of our information, products, and services reviewed or advertised. All information contained herein should be independently verified and confirmed. Independently verified and confirmed. We do not accept any liability for any loss of damages whatsoever caused in reliance upon such information or services. Please be aware of the risk involved with any trading done in any financial market. Do not trade with money that you cannot afford to lose. Trading cryptocurrencies, also called digital or virtual currencies, crypto assets, altcoins, and so on, as well as Forex. Now we talked about Forex a minute ago. The Forex stands for Forex, foreign exchange. Forex involving substantial risk or loss and is not suitable for everyone. That would include you, and of course you. It may not be suitable for you. That's why we're stressing so diligently for you to do your own due diligence. Do your own due diligence and only use the amount that you feel comfortable with, and get an understanding of whatever you do before you do it. Get an understanding. The Creator said, above all get understanding. And once you get understanding, you can understand it. You listen. Understanding come from listening. And you do your own due diligence by listening and researching and following the good advice of persons who are professionals. I'm not a professional. And the information in this legal disclaimer is letting you know I'm truly not associated in any kind of way with the field that this is operating in. But now look, this is you need to be aware of. All Novatech associates and or affiliates must be 18 years of age in order to enroll into Novatech. Please, for the sake of understanding integrity, do not violate the company's integrity that we have. Do not enroll if you're only 17 and a half. Wait until you're 18 and then you enroll. It'll still be there. It's not going anywhere. The world is changing, and cryptocurrency is going to be the new money of the world, whether you understand or not. Fiat is on, just like other things are changing, and fiat just like is changing. That's all I can say. It is changing, and cryptocurrency is on its way in. Now look, here's a PAM account. I told you I'm going to give information about the PAM account. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. I just want to show you and give you an understanding of what the PAM account is. Become a customer, that's an associate. I am a customer. I am an associate. I am an associate, and another adjective for that is customer. Okay? There are affiliates. An affiliate is a person that does his or her own training. They do their own trading, just like Novatech is a advisory trading company. They advisory trading phenomenal that trades all over the world. Understanding percentage allocation management model, also known as percentage allocation money management or PAM account, is from the pool of money for Forex trading. Pool of money, Forex trading. You see? So make sure you get an understanding of what a PAM is. Do not pass this information, because what we're all doing in this whole process of this presentation is to show you how to create a PAM account. Novatech operates under a PAM account. It's called Novatech's PAM account. Look at here. PAM solution allows the trader, okay, in the paren they got Novatech. So PAM, I'm gonna read it slowly. PAM, a solution, allows Novatech, if I leave trade out, because Novatech is a broker, to manage simultaneously unlimited quantities of managed accounts. It may be 1,000,000 accounts. You notice what I'm saying? But Novatech manage all of those accounts, paying the average of 3% to every person at every account. And a person that has $100 account are going to earn 3%. A person that has a $100,000 account would earn 3%. A person with a $100,000 account would earn 3%. A person with $1,000,000 account earn 3%. So regardless of who the person is, they earn 3%. Regardless of how much money the person deposited into their PAM account, they earn an average of 3%. You see what I'm saying? So it doesn't really matter about what you start with. It doesn't really matter what you end with. The point that's being made is that everybody is treated identically the same. There's no difference. No, the amount, you can't buy your way in, you sell your way out. All it is a PAM account, and PAM is percentage allocation management model. Watch this. This is also the PAM account. And this is just giving you examples of investors or depositors in the PAM account. And Forex broker, Novatech is a Forex, foreign exchange broker. They are a broker. They are their own broker. It's just like if you understand real estate, or real estate has a broker and it also has agents. Well, the agents has to sell their houses or properties under the broker. Here we got a broker that investors or say trade, and we got the members or customers and affiliates, a part of Novatech, that trades under Novatech's umbrella, if you can follow what I'm saying. Just like insurance agent. I used to be an insurance broker. And as a broker, I had to sell as an agent. I wasn't a broker because I had to operate under a broker. As a real estate person, you operate under a broker, but a real estate agent, if you can follow what I'm saying. The same difference here. And here an example to show you how the Forex brokerage firm trader, which is Novatech, manage money for the investors or for the depositors or for the members or for the associates. That's what we're talking about. Just make sure you do your own due diligence. And this is all about the PAM account. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it because I spent too much time in this presentation already. But all we're doing is showing you the various aspects of the PAM account. The PAM account, percentage allocation management module. Okay, now we're moving on. Here, in conclusion of this, we're right back to where we started at, and this is to show you about the rollover, because this whole presentation is under getting you the understanding of you taking an amount out, and we use an example of 50,000 or more, or for your retirement account, plus $50 in the calculator. So you take the calculator site and just use. You don't have to plus anything in. You can just start with $100. Matter of fact, just do the calculation and use the calculator site and start with $100 in for 2 or 3 years, 5 years, whatever you want to do it. But make sure you use an average of 3. You can use an average of 2. You can change the percentage, but Novatech pays out now since 2019 an average of 3% on a weekly basis to all of the depositors, and you can call them associates, depositors, or you can call them affiliates in Novatech. And this is just to show that we get paid 8 times a month, and that we can relax. Once we get to the level of relaxation, we can totally relax and let our retirement system get enhanced by our own bank. And I'm saying that way because of our own crypto bank. And why should you consider opening your own 100% free PAM account to build wealth? Why should you do that? For the sake of you building wealth. That's what we're talking about. And relaxing in the process. We've read the disclaimer for you already. We just showed this a second time to show you where we are. We've got a couple more things to show you, and we're going to be closing this down. Right here. Open yourself a PAM account and learn how to secure crypto currency in your retirement account. Enroll into Novatech's PAM account and do your own due diligence before that happens. Now, let me tell you one thing. You have to put cryptocurrency into the PAM account. The PAM account don't take the fiat, the dollar bills, from no currency and nowhere. And that's what we've been trying to show in this presentation. Anything you put into your Novatech account, it has to be a crypto form. Crypto for crypto. And also fiat for fiat. So you have to convert the fiat to crypto. And we'll have a snowball effect to show you. And if you roll a snowball on snow long enough, eventually you're going to have help to roll the snowball, because it's a compounding effect, the snowball. And money's the same way. You have to roll cryptocurrency on cryptocurrency. And when you roll cryptocurrency on cryptocurrency, it picks up cryptocurrency. It's a accumulation process. Or another term, another adjective, is compounding. It's just like the snowball. It's a compounding process. And the longer you roll, the more you get. You know what I'm saying? And don't just take it and reinvest it, or reallocate it every day. Reallocate it every day. And it's going to, the accumulation, there's M, they stand for, how it's going to process. It's a process. I'm taking up too much time. I want to stop and make it show. Now, here's the last slide I'm going to show you. This is me. My name is David. I am president and CEO of the Diamond Review. And 1 + 1 + 1 does equal 1. And I just showed you the example of, it's not new math. It's just you known it all along. You just didn't consider it. But this is me, myself, and I. This is me. I have 3 pictures. 1 + 1 + 1 = 1. And the book of David is the book of David. You can't read the book of David. The book of David reads you. Go to the book of David YouTube video and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's a blessing. It's a matter of giving. The Creator said it's more blessed to give than it is to receive. And all we're trying to do in this process is to give. Thank you for having me spend up so much of your time.